There we go. Should be able to hear me now. There we go. Alrighty. Here we go. Alrighty. Um, so what we're going to look at here is obviously we see a downtrend in the market. Is it going to keep going down or is it going to recover? We just broke 52-week highs. Meme stocks are squeezing. All this crazy stuff, right? Well, I'm telling you right now, this is the absolute high, and we're not touching it again before we go to eventually 4,700. But it's going to be a process, and I'm going to show you that process. And we're going to start with looking at this guy. And if this happens, then we'll know that I'm probably right about everything. So what we see is we know the market's just been trending up, just broke 52-week highs, and then look at this long sideways pattern, one last boom, and then volatility comes in. We haven't seen this volatility, at least not in the last 2 days. And so what this volatility is telling you is that the market's picking up. And if we look where this peaked and then where it dropped down to, we'll go to this one right here. We get about right there. So we'll do that right there. And then if I'm right and we are dropping out and the volatility is back on, then we should expect, since we already broke through all this little chop right here, we hit the top of this chop right here. Like you're either hitting the bottom of this chop or the top of this. I'm suspecting the top of this. But if I cash out a little bit, like 53.19, I'll be happy. And then I'll wait to see what it does. But basically what I'm going to expect is another hour of up and down bullcrap before the last 30 minutes it drops all the way down to here. And so if this happens all in today's trading, then you can assure yourself that we are back into pattern mode, which comes with the volatility. When it's volatility, it's playing off the patterns of the previous action. So when it's freaking low volatility and it's just trending up, like this last couple days, I'm so dumb because the patterns were saying up, but I just knew the volatility was supposed to come. It wasn't supposed to break the high, but it did. So fuck me. But it's about to get better. I don't think I need another one. So if we look at, let's go ahead and do the daily for now. I don't need this line. So this is where we expect to happen today. At the top of this, or the bottom of this line, we expect it to get down there by the end of day. The point is, in the daily, is there's a really sweet pattern that happens right here. And if you compared this pattern to what's happening here, like it says this is the absolute setup for a big drop incoming. But it doesn't happen all at once. And so, I mean, you look at the pattern that happens here, then you can see kind of what you expect the patterns to happen here. Now, based off these patterns, it wasn't supposed to break these highs. It was supposed to bounce off like this resistance right here and then start the downtrend. So I've been short like basically since here, which makes me terrible. But it's going to get better, I promise. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Should be able to hear. Cool. And so once it starts following the patterns, like you'll know when the general trend is going to be down until it reverses, and then you'll be able to at least have that assumption about you. So if you see a pattern set up that speaks to you, then you should trust it, if it's especially if it's going with the trend you're suspecting anyways. And so we're expecting a downtrend for the next 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, the way that the patterns, like, so basically in the same amount of time that this one went to the high point here, it was like 23 days, and then in the same amount of time it did for this one, it's like 28 days, maybe 29 or 30. And so basically the point is there's more the action is taking longer. And aside from that, the lows are lower, so the downtrend is lower from high to low is a lot more than over it was over here, and then the uptrend is way more. This uptrend, and there's actually this one uptrend right here, which is a little bit more. This downtrend, which is a little bit more, and then this uptrend is way more than what we were expecting based off the pattern. But I don't think that the same pattern can match up so perfectly and this not be a bear flag. Like, oh man, people should be screaming it from the rooftops. This is the beginning of the downtrend, and the downtrend is going to be sweet. There'll be lots of upwards action in between the downtrend, but when the volatility's on, it trades more in patterns than it does in the slow grinding action that it has been the last couple weeks. So it should be exciting. You should be excited. I'm excited. Just take your time, watch the action, and when I start winning, like, figure out how you're going to join me. Because the winning should just never stop. Alrighty. So you can also look at the short price action. So this is the 1 minute. Let's back it up to the beginning of the day. So this is a full day that we've experienced so far today. So first off, this bigger pattern of the daily pattern where you get, so it comes down, it finds a low, and then it comes up, lots of downward action, then comes up, lots of downward action, comes up, some sideways action, comes up and hits a high, and then starts trending down and finds a resistance. Like, this is a head and shoulders right here perfectly. What does it do? It drops, it comes back and touches the head one more time, and then the downtrend begins. And so all day long it's been fake uptrends that just keep going more downtrend. And my argument is that this next downtrend is probably going to be a $20, $30 downtrend. You don't got to worry about it breaking probably here. It looks like it could come back to here. So one thing you got to learn about the short day action is the W's. And so when you look at W's, like for example, look at this W right here. So typically what you can expect is that the lower it touches down here on the beginning of the W, and then if it comes back up to basically where the drop started, then you can expect the next low in the formation of the W will not be as low. And then it comes up. And so, for example, here's another W. Same thing happened. I want to find a better W. Might have to zoom in a little bit. And the W doesn't always, and so sometimes what the W will do is it'll come down and it will, so if it goes up, we don't expect it to touch the bottom of where it went before. And then when it reverses, we don't expect it to go much more than here or any of its right before previous resistances. And so maybe the bottom of the last trend would be up here. But I don't really care how high it goes because I'm just so sold on it going down. There was some other W's in here that happened today. They're harder to see now as the time expands. It changes the way it looks. But you'll see that be often. So basically what I'm saying is if it comes down here and then it stops at the midpoint or somewhere close to the midpoint, it's going to come down. If it's making a W, it's going to come down lower than what it did right here. And what else? So sometimes that bot, like if it goes lower than it does here and then it starts to recover, it's usually pretty easy to bet that it's going to recover at least to the halfway point. If it's an actual recovery, it can, like W's are oftentimes of huge explosions upward. Um, there's probably more. So basically, if you were like a really patient trader, you'd wait for a W to form like this, and then it's either breaking out from here and going way up, or it's dropping out, and as soon as it crosses below this, you can then enter your sell order. But you got to be prepared for it to come back up to here. So I mean, maybe you wait for that, but you could also miss it. Sometimes it just drops. So we're at the midpoint of this chop. I guess the midpoint would be here. We're at the bottom of the chop. See what happens. Excellent time to go short if you're not short. Might want to wait one more minute. We'll see. So if you're just joining us, let me show you the 5-minute chart again. And back it up. So what we have here is 1 day of trading action that closed at all-time highs. And then this next day of trading action, which gained a lot of volatility to the upside, and then created a lot of downward volatility. Now, my suspicion is that this volatility is just the beginning of the volatility, and that it's about to pick up way more, and that we're about to clear all of this. I mean, it's potentially down to here, but I think that's for tomorrow. I mean, if we don't do it, like if we hit here today, the plan is at least here tomorrow, but it could be down here. Tomorrow could be a big red day. But it's all about this panning out the way I think it will. Taking its sweet time. We don't have all day left, so it should be soon. Excellent idea to think that the W is failing here. Let's see what's happening. So it looks like in the shorter price action, Alrighty, we started to collapse yet? Damn. It's a bummer that I could have sold for a profit. Like I sold right here, or actually probably back here. But it's a bummer I didn't cash out. I mean, probably right here I should have. When it started recovering, maybe right here even. It don't matter. It don't matter. The patterns are back in town. Thank God. I'm a little concerned that we're running out of time. Like, I still feel like we're going to hit at least the first resistance. Definitely coming down to here by the end of the day, but that seems like a lot. So maybe we just move this guy up to here. It's probably more realistic. Maybe even a little bit higher. Oops. We don't have any time left, but we could definitely have 2 dips. And so we'll say right here. Alrighty. 1 minute. Alrighty. Should be about there. It might touch one more high to really convince people this resistance is broken. But I don't think $1 is worth waiting. I mean, obviously, if it breaks it could be $2 or $3, but still, not worth it. Otherwise, if it starts dipping and comes down here, you're like, what are you gonna do? Just not trade it? That's probably the best choice. Like, if you miss an opportunity, otherwise you can always expect it come back to here before it actually dips. And so it's just very hard to, like, I don't know. It's like the time to sell is pretty close. This pattern is literally the same as this pattern, and as soon as it hits the top, it always comes down. Let's see how high it can go. I don't think it can go very high. The Bears are back in town, baby. Just patiently waiting. Coming back to the beginning of the day resistance. Look what it done. The top of it. Over here. Don't bother me none. This could be it. You see how this guy started right here? And then a big red and a big red? Well, this is going to blow this away. That much I'm certain of. Swear to God, I better not wait till after hours to dump. I'd be so pissed. That would be some fucking robbery. I don't think we gotta worry about that though. Plenty of time, 52 minutes. Look at this pattern right here, and then compare it to this guy right here. If this was the top right here, a little bit of red, and we had some green, and a lot of bit of red. So there may be one more top, but it's possible this big red action is incoming. Good start. Probably gonna be another 5 minutes though before we get the real drop. Maybe not though. Like once they tell you the volatility's on, it's on. We'll see. Green candle. I do expect it to go here and then here, but this one might come in after hours. We shall see. Got a beautiful head and shoulders being built up right here on the 5 minute. Also the top of this guy right here. Same resistance as we were trading in the beginning of the day. Man, this chart is screaming it's going down. But we only got 47 minutes. One more minute. Pump this guy up to right there. And we'll bump this guy up to right there. That's where I'm taking my profit. So I'm taking my profit at this one here. And then I'm going to let it try to do some gay stuff. And maybe play a little bit of pattern if I see it doing something that makes sense. And then I'm kind of expecting it to come to here, but it's obviously going to depend how fast this all happens. Because we are running out of time. See what happens. We might have one more bounce play between like here and here. But it might jump through. I'm just waiting for the jump. Just like I said. Time to pay up. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if I got enough to afford an option right now. Bought this thing yesterday. That was terrible.
Order filled.
Bouncing right on the open. That makes sense. Almost to the 30-minute mark. Right on the 30-minute mark. It's starting to drop. Almost back to where I started. Here we go. Anybody else short right now? Came all the way down to this candle right here, playing a little fake resistance. $27-minute. 23 minutes. It's gonna happen. It's a start. Let's see if I'm right. Does it keep going? I think so. We might have to play with this resistance for a second, but I don't really care. Don't bother me one bit. The Bears are back in town. "19 minutes. Let's get some volatility. That's all I need, baby. Get that VIX up. And then it becomes pattern days. We love pattern days. Like the last couple days and weeks have been good for like trendy patterns, but not like bounce off perfect resistance patterns. The bounce off perfect resistance patterns are my favorite. And it needs to have fucking $20, $30 moves per top to bottom. But we haven't been getting that. We've been getting bullshit. Put it back. And then we'll have one more uptrend where it'll probably get gay towards the end once it gets to the top. And then we will finally be back. Like we'll get to 25 VIX at least. At least. But that's like 2-3 weeks from now. And then a month from now, month and a half, we'll be at a 30, 35 VIX. And then it'll top out, most likely. It's always possible that what I do with the stock market, they might just drain the whole thing and say game's over. Since somebody like Marcus exists, no more games. Let's see. We got 15 minutes. Let's go, we're running out of time. Thank you. It's a good start. Come on. Finish through. There you go. Now bounce. All the way down. I don't know why I said bounce, because typically bounce would refer to up, I think, but I don't think that's what's happening here. We're going down. We're going down. This $3 call or put I bought up here. And it's worth nothing, worth $1 less. I think you can really only trade 0 day to expire options at the money, but I just don't have enough money in my account to do that. So I just wanted to test it because I was very confident of the downtrend. I just wanted to see if the little guy could make anything. Because as the VIX goes up on this next drop, it should increase the price of the options by a little bit at least. I think we're ready. Not quite. Gotta touch the resistance. Shouldn't go much higher than that though. Come on, we only got 12 minutes left. Like, it looks like I'm just holding till close now. This would be the gayest recovery of all time if it recovers right here. I call bull fucking shit, man. What a garbage green bar that was. Bruh, if that's all it's given me before market close, I'm gonna be pissed. That would be one Jewy market, because it's gonna crash in the pre-market. No way. You owed me so much more than that. Holding the last 5 minutes. Dirty dog. Bruh. Bruh. What a dirty market. It's a fucking 1 minute candle right there. Damn. Bruh, volatility is back. Holy shit. Oh man, that's crazy. Bro, you got 3 minutes. It's literally 3 candles. What could you do in 3 candles? Scary part is the W would come to here at least. Don't fucking W. Come on. Use the force to break through. Two minutes. Now's the time, my guy. We got 1 minute.
Order
All right, I'm
filled.
gonna have to take it. I'm happy. $71 for the day. Thank God. Whoo! What a beautiful day. I'll fucking take it. I started with literally $130, so I had one trade to make. If I lose one trade for $5, then I don't have enough to trade. And I ended up making like 15 trades early in the day through all this crap, and luckily ended up with $19. But then I just got 50 out of that guy. Oh, that's nice. Damn, that green bar right there was sick. Holy shit. At least the dirty market was fair enough. That was fair enough. I can accept that. But if it would have waited for the after hours to do this shit, I would have lost money up here and I would have been so angry. Look at this, breaking through the resistance, just freaking less than a minute after. Exactly where I predicted. I thought we were gonna get two of them today, but it looks like they're stealing some of it for the after hours. Damn, it literally went straight to my line. Right before close in the same candle I was in. That's amazing. I fucking love that. How'd I draw that line? You know how. Now I really hope that the market like does a little fake green and just stops going down right here. Like I don't want it to go down because the less it goes down now, the more I know it'll go down tomorrow. So like the after hours can go down, but I really hope it recovers because we are in bear territory now, bitches. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. So we come here, we level off, we have one last spike, and then the volatility appears. We haven't seen none of this volatility in how long? Let's go to the 15-minute chart. None of this type of volatility, like, it's not there. This is the biggest thing you got. This is weak AF. Like, this is it, people. This is the top right here. Going down to 4,700 in the next 2 months, but it will be a process. Oh, it's going to be glorious, though. Thank God. There we go. All right, let's do a little recap. Oh, it's beautiful. Um,
Recording in progress.
Alrighty, so today's gonna be a fun one. I was down to the bottom of my dollars. I had just enough to trade one contract. I was able to scalp $19 in this crap, and then I ended up getting short around here and ended up making like 50 bucks. So that was sweet. It came right to the line I drew. I thought we were like back over here. I thought we were gonna get maybe over here. I thought we were gonna come down to here and then one more time down to here. Unfortunately, we did not get that, and so it did come to the top of that guy though. So in the aftermarkets, it did touch the. If I would have drawn the most conservative second line, it did touch that in the first couple minutes of the after hours. But the point is this. Right now, we are looking at a 15-minute chart. I want to show you what it looks like on a 5-minute chart for now. So look at this explosion we have. Explosion. Just keeps trending up, and then a flat line. And then one last explosion. And this type of volatility that came in the patterns it did, we haven't seen in a long time. If you draw this guy, it bounced off the top of this guy right here. You draw this guy, bounced off the top of this trend right here. You draw this guy, bounced off the top of this little guy right here. And then this guy is the top of this guy, obviously. But if you zoom into this candle right here, you can actually see it does touch up there. So there's a small little resistance there. But basically I drew to the bottom of this resistance to be the most conservative that I could be, and then it just ended up hitting there in the last 5 seconds of market, so I couldn't hold it any longer anyways, so I just took my profit. But the exciting part is not so much that I won a little money and now I got a little comfort to trade tomorrow. The exciting part is that we are back in volatility mode, and I've been predicting for 2 or 3 days now this is going to happen. I've looked like a fool because it's just been skyrocketing up. But with the whole GameStop, AMC, Mullen, like Mullen squoze a little bit. Like the fact that Mullen's not leading the way, you know that it's a fake squeeze. You know that they're just trying to get people into the market, new buyers, all this other bull crap. And now is not the time to be a buyer. Now is the time to be a seller. So I hope you guys are all ready to make some money, because when the volatility is back, that's my fucking game. Like, I know too much already. Is there anything else you need to know? I don't know. You need to get a futures account, TradeStation, Ninja Trader, I don't care. Get a futures account, and then once you have one, you need to follow along, learn what I'm doing, because here's the deal. Like, just like poker, there's 1,000 different plays all day long, and you're just waiting for right setups. And so if you're the kind of guy that can go play poker and wait for pocket aces, wait for pocket kings, wait for pocket queens, wait for ace king suited, like, if that's you, then like just wait for the pocket ace setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain setups that I'll show you that are just guaranteed and they never lose. And if you find the right pattern that's happening, because there's a lot of small patterns that, like, you might trick yourself into thinking it's the day of the pattern, but there's a lot of patterns that are just bulletproof. And when the long trend pattern matches with the short trend pattern, like these head and shoulders did right here and right here, like these shorts were just super obvious. I definitely should have got into this one, but I was so worried about my $19, like, can't lose it. I just wanted to see what the market was doing, but it was clear and obvious what the market was doing. This green candle freaking scared the crap out of me, but I held, and I got all the way back down here in the last minute of the market, and it was glorious. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.